Carousel rides across the United States is a steampunk travel experience brought to you by Steampunk Way of Life. What could be a more steampunk travel experience than going back in time on a carousel ride? From California to Connecticut, you too can be transported to a gentler, nobler time. Indulge your nostalgia, a sense that time is a circle, and ride a horse in slow motion. We've got the goods for you, no matter what side of the states you live on. And for all us overseas visitors, we're going to have to travel to get there. Children love carousels, often termed merry-go-rounds, even the mass-produced dinky ones you see dotting the walkways of malls. But what of authentic old carousels? Lovingly hand-produced by master craftsmen, they continue to swirl. Yet just remember, in the early 1900s, when carousel rides were at their zenith, their rotational speed of 15 miles per hour was faster than anything. Hang on! We recently visited Westfield Topanga, just 30 minutes northwest of downtown Los Angeles, to attend my favourite twins' first birthday party. We were pleasantly surprised to find an unusual double-decker carousel ride indoors on the very first floor in front of the Target store. And just because babies are adorable, here are the twins. And by the way, the amazing smash cakes the girls are about to plough into are made by the French Confection Co. by Mademoiselle Mallory in Burbank. We love them because not only are their era-inspired cakes works of art, they taste sensational. Food is distracting. Back to carousels. We've just discovered the most divine carousel-related place ever, the New England Carousel Museum. In Bushnell Park stands a 1914 vintage carousel. Made by Stein and Goldstein, the 24-sided pavilion houses 48 hand-carved wooden horses and 2 lovers' chariots that rotate around a Wurlitzer organ, belting out the tunes in its lovably strident fashion. This carousel is one of only 3 remaining Stein and Goldstein carousels left in the world. The flamboyant horses with their flared nostrils, big teeth and wild eyes are decorated in colourful cabbage roses. The restoration work on each piece has been lovingly accomplished with the support of donations. The museum has great hours for summer, open 10 to 5, Wednesday to Sunday in July and August. Go, go, go! The carousel was first invented in France in the early 1600s and was used to train young men for tournaments. The goal was to snare the brass ring. So that's why there's a brass ring that a carousel rotates past. The concept evolved and carousels became popular between 1880 and 1930, with 5,000 being built during that time. About 130 remain in operation across America. Many carpenters, blacksmiths and carvers came from Europe. They moved to America to start a new life and with them brought traditions of fine craftsmanship. So the carousel owes much of its colourful history to these marvellous immigrants whose determined spirits were but matched by their imaginations. Coney Island became a magnet. I wonder why that is. Charles Loof, the man with the stashes. Well, he emigrated from Denmark, became a furniture carver by day and by night, built the very first carousel which was then installed at Coney Island. The fare was 5 cents. Coney Island can also lay claim to being an important marker in steampunk history. It was the centre of new technological developments, including electric lights, roller coasters, and baby incubators. It was through the power of steam that carousels became bigger. Charles Loof attached his carousel making workshop to the carousel he built at Coney Island, and a new industry was born. Interestingly, railroads were amongst the first companies in America to purchase carousels for the amusement of customers. What a way to pass the time whilst you waited for your steam train to arrive and whisk you away for a day in the country. Where's a carousel near me in the good old US of A? Well, here's a list to get you started. If you're in Los Angeles, you can ride the 1880s Herschel Spillman steam carousel at Santa Monica Pier Carousel. Go west to Santa Monica! Still in Los Angeles, the Griffith Park merry-go-round in the park centre between Los Angeles Zoo and Los Feliz Park entrance is a fabulous option. The Smithsonian Carousel in Washington, D.C. is probably one of our favourites as it played a beautiful role in civil rights history. An 11-month-old girl was the first African American to ride it and desegregate the park where the ride originally was located. Go visit Cedar Downs Racing Derby in Sandusky and have a race. It's one of the only 2 extant racing carousels in the United States, and it began operating in 1920. You'll have fun at the Oaks Amusement Park Carousel in Portland. And in Montana, head down to Carousel Drive in Missoula to experience a carousel for Missoula and visit their website to discover the rich history and the waves of love that keep the restoration work alive and accessible to more and more people as time goes by. You can go on the 1902 Herschel Spillman Carousel on the Ocean City Boardwalk in Maryland. And back on the West Coast, head down to Pier 39 at San Francisco's Fisherman's Wharf for a ride on their carousel. Head on over to steampunkwayoflife.blogspot.com.au for links to all the wonderful carousels featured, as well as a couple of books that you can get from Amazon. They're absolutely fantastic.